Hey folks, I'm Captain Jimbo Keith.
And I'm Captain Jim Keith.
And this is the Keith Boys Outdoors. Welcome back to another week of Cedar Key Fishing Report and Shop Talk with me and Captain Jim Keith here. Anyway, this past week we had a real busy weekend, had a lot of stuff going on, and we weren't able to film on Sunday afternoon, so therefore we are doing it on Monday. But hopefully we'll have it uploaded here soon. Our producer will get her done for us. But anyway, last week I finished up fishing on the airboat, and I probably will fish on the airboat one or two more times, just because people are wanting to experience that. But the fishing is definitely changing. Water temp today was 72 degrees in Cedar Key. That's pretty warm. That's getting up there. Trout bite's really good happening right now. A lot of people are calling us asking, what's going on. The trout bite's solid right now on the flats. It's on fire. But anyway.
Say that thunder for me.
I know, right? It's we've been catching them. Captain Jim's been catching them. I've been catching them. Captain Steven's been catching them. It's been pretty good.
Yep. Jimbo's been on the airboat there, and he's, like he said, he got out of it. We've been on the flats, and that time of year, the trout just cranking up. It's going to get better and better. If you haven't booked a trip with us yet, you better get in the books with us. We'd love to take you out.
Yeah. Calendar's getting full.
Yeah, and we're catching a lot of fish, and keepers are showing up a lot better. We were catching a bunch of small fish, but we're getting a lot of action. Yeah. But the big fish are going to continue to bite and get better and better coming up April, May. And then the redfish will start cranking in out there right on through the fall.
I look for them to show up on the islands on the shoreline. Sand trout or silver trout, which is Captain Jim's some of the favorite. I caught some today, and they were full of roe.
Yeah, all of them. That roe, they're fun to catch. They pull harder than a speckled trout.
Yeah,
you think you got a big speck, and it'll be a silver trout, but they're good to eat. They're just as good at eating as a speckled trout.
And no size or limit on those.
Yeah,
I try to keep them at least 12 inches
or bigger. We throw back to 12 and under. Yeah, I started to. But we have a mess up. We had like 22. I was throwing them back.
Yeah.
You can catch as many as you want to clean, but that's good. There's plenty of them.
Yeah,
not waste. We eat them. They're good eating fish, and they're just as fun as the speckled trout. But we've been catching them on the glow colors. Really been working for me. The water's dark out there right now. We've had some overcast skies, and this seems to be showing up.
When it's overcast, the glow is definitely the ticket.
I threw the stinky pink, which is another color of ours, but they still like the glow. I like to try different colors when I'm on fish and see what they really bite. While the other customers are throwing the solid colors, I throw some around just to see if they're biting other colors. And but anyway, the glow's been the best color for us lately. I wanted to show. I brought the Bass Assassin product guide, and this you can go online and look and see what Bass Assassin has for you to look at here. All kind of lures. That's the little dumpling we talk about on our speckled perch. They have a whole page. You can get all different colors.
You look up bassassassinlures.com.
Yeah, they have all this stuff online. So I just want to let you know, and that's the plastics we use, and our main sponsor. We like this product. It's been a good one.
A lot of times, if you'll go on bassassassinlures.com, you will find deals. Like if you order 5-packs or 4-packs, you get one free, or there'll be some kind of discount, something on there. It's worth going to look on there if you're wanting to buy and stock up for the spring, because you're going to go through these. The super glue trick works really well. Putting super glue on the jig head, like we showed in one of our previous shows, but they're still not cheap. It's not a cheap plastic. I mean, you're almost a quarter a piece on your plastic. So any kind of deal you can get is definitely helps. The Bass Assassin jig head that we throw, which they've got a pile of different ones.
All different kind.
We throw this one right here in the 1/4 ounce and the 1/8 ounce. I like the 1/8 ounce best. It's a little heavy. It goes fine. The 1/4's got a bigger wide gap hook on it.
You fishing like 8 to deeper water, 10 foot, go out to the reef or something. That's what I like to go the 1/4 ounce bigger head.
Bigger head
on it. But they have all kind of. They have one of the best hooks there are. And then the second best, I just got to mention Jim's jig, second best jig hook.
He's changed his keeper on there, and it's way better than what it used to be.
So the Bass Assassin and Jim Jigs, we promote those pretty good. We like them.
The mullet hadn't quite showed up out around the islands yet, and I think when they start showing up, I was telling my people today, I was like, when you start seeing the mullet working down the shoreline and stuff, redfish will be there. Yeah. So some memories popped up on my Facebook page from 2 years ago where I caught some big reds out on the islands. Caught them at Sineody and at Dead Man.
And we'll probably see some snook coming up in there too with them when you see those mullets.
Pretty sure we hooked one up in a creek the other day. Pretty sure. Guy hooked the fish. I had my back to him. I think I was tying on a jig head because you lose a bunch of jig heads when you trout or fishing in the creeks. Yeah. And I heard drag strip, and I heard fish jump. Redfish typically aren't going to jump. I'm not going to say they don't come up on top and boil, but they don't jump out of the water or come up and give a big head shake like, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure it was a snook.
Probably.
So,
no doubt.
They're definitely will be around soon. I about guarantee you they'll be around soon. We didn't lose that many in fish kill this year, the winter time, so I really think it'll be a really good season.
Yep.
For sure.
They'll be coming when those mullets start showing up.
Mullets start showing up. A bunch of mullet were in the creeks, and they're starting to kind of just not really be in there, so they're coming. They're in between stages right now.
I don't know if we mentioned it before, but if you don't have some spots out there and you're going out on the flats, and this can be from Steinhatchee all the way down to Crystal River, if you're running out there and you see a flock of ducks get up off the water, fly, go right to where they took off from and check that depth of water. They're usually on the grass. And this time of year,
water, you better fish it.
Yeah, they are on the grass patches, and they feed the ducks right now. It's just a way that you can. That's a little clue there. They're telling you to go check out.
If there's a couple cormorants are in there with them, it's even better because that means the bait's there.
Not that the ducks are feeding on the bait. The cormorants will be, but the ducks are feeding on the grass, and that's where this time of year you're going to find most of your trout schools and in that grass, because the grass is a lot thinner this time of year, and it's just starting to come back.
Yeah, just starting to
when this warm weather starts, the grass starts growing.
Ducks are feeding on the crustaceans that are growing on the
grass. There's a bunch of them out there. They seem like they're a little late coming in compared to duck season.
I wish our duck season went till the end of February instead of right there in January. Man, we have an awesome duck season.
Yeah, they might be on their way back north.
Should be
migrating. I saw the sandhill cranes going about the time our beach feast was going on. We saw a big flock while we were cooking, going north, heading back. No birds heading back. But anyway.
Yeah, bass fishing's getting good. Water temp, I'm sure, is warming up in the lakes. They're starting to spawn, starting to do their thing there. So Orange
Lake's on for big fish. I saw the
Don't forget
results
some of the rule changes out there on Orange Lake. You go out there, you can't keep any big fish anymore. They got to be certain
check them out.
Definitely check out
Circle hooks, live bait, and stuff like that. They've got some changes made up now. But Santa Fe Lake's been producing pretty good fish. Orange Lake, Nunes Lake still rocking with the speckled perch. They're moving up in the trees still pretty good. Some people catching them around that shallow water. Up in the pads, Wakalusa be going too. There's some there. Specks are biting. I saw some friends of mine post on Facebook, and that's where they're at. They're in Wakalusa.
Don't forget, turkey season's coming up too. Next weekend, I think, is opening weekend of youth season. So
you got to practice this thing, get that up.
Yeah, you got to get that thing going. That's it. Oh, there you go.
You can drive your wife crazy walking through the house.
Get those mouth calls.
Yeah,
that's right. Walking around calling.
She'll be slapping you and telling you, hush that stuff up.
That's enough.
That's music to the men's ears. Turkey hunting. Yeah. So this is a call here. Alan Jenkins called that it was made, got my name on it, and he made for me. And a friend of mine had this made for me, and back in 2012, got my name on it, Captain Jim, made by Alan Jenkins.
You don't carry that one with him?
Oh yeah, I do too.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. When old big boy won't come, I pull my secret weapon out right here, buddy. Get him a little purr.
Yeah, there you go. Get that
little purr going. Woo.
He'd be
oh, yeah, he'd tear it up. That'd give you goosebumps, man. You hear that gobbler.
Oh, Levi,
tearing off out there.
I guarantee you, Levi's walking around right now with a mouth call in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Actually, Levi can call with his mouth. He don't even need a call.
He's like his Uncle Daniel.
Yeah,
Daniel's like that too. Yeah.
I guarantee you, Uncle Daniel and one of his youngins will have one on the dirt next weekend. He'll give one a dirt nap. I
don't think we're going to have time to go. We don't get time anymore. I might work out a trip, go with Ralph up to Georgia sometime, maybe. One up there. Over there, maybe. Looking forward to it.
Holler at us. Yeah, we'll come on over and try to put one down. And don't forget, spring turkey season is not just about killing birds. A wild turkey is very good eating. Their breast on them is
real good.
Is phenomenal fried up. I mean, you don't get a whole lot off of them, but off our turkeys, but they're phenomenal.
Good eating. Yep, good eating. A lot of fun to go after them.
Been turkey hunting, it's fun. It's an adrenaline rush. It's not like deer hunting. You're a lot of times
you don't get one every time you go out either.
You hear him gobble, and you might take off and go a mile to get in front of him, and get to him. It's really.
But when it's your time. He'll come right in, and everything works out.
You talking about your time? I'm gonna tell a real quick story here. Made me think about it. This happened last year. Got a customer that wanted to kill a bird. I reached out to my cousin Jody. He's got a decent place, and asked him if he would let us come out there. And he said, "Yeah, I'll take you." Customer wanted to kill an Osceola, and we put in a solid from daylight till about 11 o'clock. We hunted hard. We had some jakes come in, couldn't get a shot at them. Got it. He just wanted to be able to mark off an Osceola on his list. He's killed Rios and Easterns and all, but he wanted to kill the Osceola. And we were leaving the field, driving out. Cousin had to be at a meeting. At 1 o'clock, it was noon, and we had to be back in. We had like a 20-minute ride. We're driving out in the truck, and he looks out in the field with his binoculars. He goes, "There's two gobblers out there in the field. They're like 300 yards away, feeding." And he goes, "If y'all can get down this," there was a set of trees out there, an old pond where they didn't plant and left it. He said, "If y'all can get to the end of that, maybe them birds will feed down there." I was like, "Man, Joe, do you think we got time?" He goes, "Just try it." So I grab my chair for my customer, and I grabbed a Jake fan, just a fan, like you see right there, just a fan. And I took off. Didn't take any decoys or nothing. Didn't take a call, nothing. We take off down there, and Jody's with us, and we're having to hoof it. I mean, we're going. I'm in a pretty good run. And I look back, and Ben's right there with me. He's coming. He's hanging in there pretty good. And we get almost to where we can set up. And in the island, I'm going to call it an island, the woods kind of taper down, get narrow, and there was a strip of dog fennels. Well, in those dog fennels, it was a drainage ditch. And I thought I could just slip up them dog fennels. Didn't realize it had water in it. It was a ditch. It was about a 3-foot ditch. Well, Jody he went back around the other way, and he's like, "Well, maybe if they're not coming, I can flush them and just spook them down y'all's way, and maybe y'all can get them to stop and get a shot at them." This is a one and done. It's the only time we had Ben to hunt. I'm going to end on this. This is a long but short story. So we get set up. I get Ben set up in these dog fennels. There's one little gap where I felt like he could shoot through. I got the chair set up and got him put down. And Ben can't hear very good. So if they're gobbling, he got to be close. And he gets his head net pulled up, and I pull my face shield up. And we're sitting there for a minute. And I can't see nothing, can't hear nothing. I said, "Ben, I'm going to belly crawl into this ditch, and I'm going to get up the other side and see if I can see him." Well, by the time I start belly crawling this ditch, I realize it's about that deep of water. And I'm like, "Daggone it, I'm going to have to get wet." Well, I was thinking to myself, before I go through this water, I'm going to just pick my head up and see if I can't see him. Well, I picked my head up over the edge of the ditch, and the turkey's about 25 steps looking at me. And all I could do was I took that Jake fan, and I just moved it up in front of my face. Just fanned it up there like that. And I put it down one time, and I did it again. And that ticked that turkey off, I reckon, because here he comes. He's coming on a trot, coming to us. And I said, "Ben, get ready, Ben." He couldn't see him still because of the dog fennel. Well, that turkey just runs right up there 10 steps from us. Ben sees him, bam, he gives him a dirt nap right there, folds him up. He had about a 10.5-inch beard, 1.8 spurs. Yeah. I mean, just perfect run and gun turkey hunt. The whole thing from when we saw the turkeys till we killed him was about 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Jody was on time back at the back to do his job and have his meeting, it was probably one of my most memorable hunts that I've ever been on. And I've been on some good ones, got to watch a lot. But that was just, it was when it's your time, it's your time.
Your time. They it was just perfect. Come on the run. It's a lot of fun.
A lot of fun.
Yeah.
But anyway, I know some boys, anybody y'all looking to go on a turkey hunt and you want to go on a guided hunt, reach out to me. I know some guys that are doing that. They got really good places to kill birds, and they're good at what they do. They're as good at turkey hunting as we are at fishing. So let us know. Anyway, thank y'all for subscribing. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe. It don't cost you anything to hit the subscribe button. Follow us on Instagram and on Facebook, Saltwater Assassin Fishing Charters. On both of those will get you to us. And give us a follow and a like on there. And,
if you don't have any of these sea shads, you need to go out and
you need to get some.
Yep, and I know that the Little Dumpling, Bass Assassin Little Dumpling, some of the guys have ordered theirs, and some told me on Amazon they ordered the Amazon and they were out. They got the last 3, I think.
Oh wow!
But call Bass Assassin.
Well, I guarantee you,
and
Bass
see if they can
kicking
get them to you. So
they running every day right here, made in the USA.
Earl and Glenn May went out to Santa Fe, gave this report, and they had 15 and 2 bass on those Little Dumplings. And they caught, and Glenn. I was talking to Earl. He said Glenn had his line broke 3 times out there. It was probably bass that grabbed that jig. And took it. But they were catching them out there in Santa Fe. So they were biting there, and some other reports all around. So get you some of these baits, man. You catch some fish.
Catch some fish, guys.
And the bass, they like that Bass Assassin RSB, the ringneck spinnerbait, but it's a worm, swimming worm. And it's good. Black blue glitter, black blue tail. Oh, they got all kind of colors. Bed bug. All those are good colors. Catch some bass.
All right. Well, we appreciate it, guys. Till next week, we're the Keith Boys Outdoors.
See you later.